Solid-state physics rarely goes viral, but that is what happened when a group of researchers at Korea University in Seoul announced that they have discovered a room temperature semiconductor, a material called LK99. Welcome back to the House of Trade. My name is Justin Banton, where we teach you all about trading the financial markets and how to trade consistently well. Well, if the researchers are right, it would be one of the biggest discoveries in physics over the past few decades. A Nobel Prize would be a mere formality, but history provides plenty of reasons for caution. Labs around the world are rushing to test the results. So what exactly is so exciting? And how and what does it mean for us as traders, investors, and people in the financial markets? Well, to understand this, we need to understand what a superconductor is. It would mean absolutely frictionless electricity. Unlike the conductors and semiconductors from which electrical devices are made currently, a superconductor would offer no resistance at all to a current flowing through it. That could mean, among other things, faster microchips, cheaper medical scanners, better electric motors, the ability to transmit electricity over long distances with no losses, and much more. If it uses electricity or magnetism, superconductivity can improve it. And unlike frictionless surfaces, superconductors actually do exist. A brief history. The first to be discovered more than 100 years ago was the common metal we know as mercury, though it only becomes a superconductor when chilled to within a few degrees of absolute zero, or minus 273 degrees Celsius, the coldest temperature possible in physics. So, since the scientists have found a handful of materials that are superconductors at slightly higher temperatures, even these high temperature superconductors require cooling to far below freezing. That means it limits their usability. The Korean researchers claim to have discovered a material that is a superconductor at room temperature, and indeed up to around 127 degrees. Even better, the material was made by combining copper, lead, phosphorus and sulfur, all of which are relatively abundant and, more importantly, cheap. It has all of the ingredients, in other words, of a breakthrough. The only missing element in this happy story, at least at the time of writing, is replication. Some preliminary computer simulations by other researchers, including people at Berkeley National Lab in America and national laboratories in China, have suggested that they might be onto something, though the physics still needs to be rigorously tested. Some researchers in China have reported that LK99 may be a superconductor, but only when chilled to far below zero. So let me break it down for you. If superconductors could work at room temperature, it would be like flipping the business world on its head. Seriously, the implications are actually mind-boggling. Here's the scoop on how it could shake up industries far and wide. Number one, energy transmission and storage revolution. Imagine power grids that are incredibly efficient with virtually no energy loss during transmission. We're talking about reduced electricity bills, less strain on the environment, and a more reliable energy supply. Plus, superconductors could play a major role in creating super efficient energy storage systems, making renewable energy sources like solar and wind even more viable. Number two, electronics and computing revolution. Room temperature superconductors could supercharge electronics and computing. Think about it, faster and more powerful computers that generate far less heat. This means everything from data centers to computer devices to household devices could become more and more energy efficient and, more importantly, powerful, which would revolutionize how we work, communicate, and interact with our technology. Number three, medical advances. The medical field could benefit big time. Imagine ultra high resolution MRI machines that don't require super chilling to work properly. This would improve medical imaging and diagnostics, leading to better patient care and potentially earlier disease detection. These are all great things for us as humans, the human species, and our planet as a whole. Number four, transportation transformation. Levitating trains might sound like science fiction, but with room temperature superconductors, they could actually become a reality. These trains could glide on magnetic tracks with minimal friction, reducing energy consumption and travel time. This could reshape the way we think about transportation and transportation infrastructure far into the future. How about material science and manufacturing? Currently, Industries that rely on precision and control, like manufacturing, aerospace, have to rely on bulky processes that are very energy consuming. But with superconductors at room temperature, they could benefit from enhanced properties of room temperature superconductors. Faster and more precise manufacturing processes, along with improved materials, could lead to innovative products and reduce waste. This means at the bottom line, companies can become more profitable because their cost of sales would be drastically reduced. How about fusion energy and space travel? Well, fusion reactors are the holy grail of clean energy. They could become way more feasible with room temperature superconductors. These materials could facilitate the generation and control of magnetic fields required for fusion reactions. And hey, this might even pave the way for more efficient space travel, as powerful magnetic fields could shield spacecraft from the cosmic radiation. Number 8, infrastructure upgrades. Upgrading infrastructure like power lines, transformers, and substations could accommodate superconductors in a more efficient way as well. They might require substantial investments initially, but in the long term, they will pay dividends. The long-term benefits in terms of energy efficiency and reduced maintenance costs outweigh the initial expenses. Number 9, global competition and innovation. The race to develop and commercialize room temperature superconductors could spark intense competition among countries and companies. The first to master this technology would gain a significant competitive edge, potentially reshaping the balance of power in various industries. And finally, intellectual property and patents. The companies and researchers that make the first breakthroughs in room temperature superconductors will likely hold valuable intellectual property rights and patents. This could lead to licensing agreements, collaborations, and potentially legal battles over the rights to this transformative technology. Now, one thing that doesn't make the list but could definitely be very promising for our future as humans and the planet as a whole is economic growth and job creation. The ripple effects of adopting room temperature superconductors could lead to economic growth and job creation like we've never seen before. Think about new industries, research centers, and manufacturing facilities. They could all spring up, and they'd require a skilled and retrained workforce to support the evolving technological landscape. So, summing things up, in a nutshell, the business implications of room temperature superconductors are absolutely enormous. They have the potential to reshape entire countries and industries, redefine possibilities, and unlock innovation that we can hardly even imagine today. So keep your eye on this space. The future could be supercharged with these incredible materials. Tune in next time to the House of Trade for more fascinating videos on how we can position ourselves as investors and traders. Until next time, safe trading. See you next time. Even imagine today. So keep your eye on this.